Today I will discuss New Testament chapter number 11 of Matthew's, the Gospel of Matthew's. After Jesus had finished instructing his 12 disciples, he went on from there to teach and preach in the town of Galilee. When John, who was in prison, heard about the deeds of Messiah, he sent his disciples to ask him, "Are you the one who is to come, or should we expect someone else?" Jesus replied, "Go back and report to John what you hear and see. The blind receive sight, the lame walk, those who have leprosy are cleansed, the thief hear, the dead are raised, and the good news is proclaimed to the poor. Blessed is anyone who does not stumble on account of me." As John's disciples were leaving, Jesus began to speak to the crowd about John. "What did you go out into the wilderness to see? A reed swayed by the wind? If not, what did you go out to see? A man dressed in fine clothes? No. Those who wear the fine clothes are in king's palaces. Then what did you go out to see? A prophet? Yes, I tell you, and more than a prophet. This is the one about whom it is written, 'I will send my messengers ahead of you, who will prepare your way before you.' Truly I tell you, among those born of women there has not risen anyone greater than John the Baptist. Yet whoever is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. From the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven has been subjected to violence, and violent people have been raiding it." So what it is telling here, that when John the Baptist tried to inquire about the Jesus, then Jesus was a little bit angry with John, and therefore he is telling the messengers of John that there is no point in doubting my credentials as the person who is promised in our old books as a Messiah for the people. And then he is cursing the John by telling that whoever is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than John. That means even the least creature of the kingdom of heaven is better than John the Baptist, simply because John the Baptist is asking question from Jesus. The same thing we see in the life of Prophet Muhammad, that he was unable to withstand any kind of criticism at all. He was giving curses to such peoples in Makkah when he was not bestowed with political power, but when he came to Medina and when he got the political power with the help of Ansars, then he started killing his critics. So the same mindset we find here in the Jesus Christ. They both are suffering from a mental disease that is called megalomania. So further, another thing is said here, from the days of the John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven has been subjected to violence. That means as soon as John has advented on this earth, the kingdom of heaven is subjected to violence, and the violent people have been raiding it. So violence is coming because of John the Baptist, because he is asking question to Jesus Christ. Now further we see in 13th verse, "For all the prophets and the law prophesied until John, and if you are willing to accept it, he is the Elijah who was to come. Whoever has ears, let them hear." To what I can compare this generation? They are like children sitting in the marketplace and calling out to others, "We played the pipe for you, and you did not dance. We sang a dirge, and you did not mourn. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say, 'He has a demon.' The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, 'Here is a glutton and a drunkard, and a friend of tax collectors and sinners.' But wisdom is proved right by her deeds." He is telling that I am Jesus Christ, and I am allowing people to enjoy this life, to eat, to drink. And when I do this, then the people tell me that I am a glutton, I am a drunkard, because I love wine. The Jesus was very fond of wine and fish, lamb, and beef. People are calling him the friends of tax collectors and sinners. Basically, he was fomenting rebellion among the tax collectors, and he's telling them that you don't pay tax, and rather they should follow him. And he is criticizing John, that John is feigning that he is a saint by abstaining from eating and drinking and simply surviving on honey and locust. And still, even John is not recognized by the common people. People are saying that he has a demon, which of course he has. What we can infer from this verses from 18 to 19. Then Jesus began to denounce the towns in which most of his miracles had been performed because they did not repent. Woe to you, Chorazin! Woe to you, Bethsaida! For if the miracles that were performed in you had been performed in Tyre and Sidon, they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes. But I tell you, it will be more bearable for Tyre and Sidon on the day of judgment than for you. And you, Capernaum, will you be lifted to the heavens? No, you will go down to Hades. Hades is an intermediate stage to go to hell. For if the miracles that were performed in you had been performed in Sodom, it would have remained to this day. But I tell you that it will be more bearable for Sodom on the day of judgment than for you. He is telling them they are worse than Sodom because he has performed miracles, but still he is not recognized to the extent he was wishing to. The Father revealed in the Son, the last section we see. At that time, Jesus said, I praise you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because you have hidden these things from the wise and learned and revealed them to little children. Yes, Father, for this is what you have pleased to. All things have been committed to me by Father. No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and those to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. Come to me, all you are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And now Jesus is invoking the God, and he is tempting people to follow him and assuring him that you will find relief and rest from all your tiredness and all the trouble and tribulations with which your mind is going on. You will be get rid of if you follow me. And he is in the verse number 27, he is claiming that he is the Son and the Lord is Father, and both are in communication, and both are aware of their concerns, aware of their thoughts. And it is the Father who has chosen his Son to reveal the good news to the people. So this all propaganda is going on here. But this entire chapter we see that Jesus is afflicted with jealousy, the revenge, all these negative ideas about John, who was his cousin, who promoted and supported him till now.